The fresh angle isn't that RV life has gotten desperate. Every channel has that beat. It's that the math runs in a circle. People flee unaffordable rent into RVs, get squeezed by the exact same investor class inside the RV economy, then get legislated off the streets by name-brand mayors, and finally lose the vehicle itself to a record-breaking repossession wave, landing back at zero with less than they started with. 486,000 Americans now sleep in an RV every single night, double the number from 5 years ago, and a third of them are raising children inside something with wheels. Still picturing a retired couple, a national park sticker, a golden retriever in the window. Still think this is a lifestyle choice, a financial flex, a TikTok aesthetic. By the end of this, you'll know the exact 2-hour window one American mayor wrote into law that makes parking that RV overnight a crime, and the exact dollar figure waiting on the other side of a single toe. There's a city council vote tonight that banned helping these people at 9-1, and one woman tried to stop it alone. Number 7. The math that was never supposed to add up. 486,000 full-time RV dwellers. According to the RV Industry Association, more than double the 2021 count, and the growth curve is steeper than anything the RV industry has ever logged outside a pandemic. Most of these households pull in under $75,000 a year, the exact income band that used to qualify for a starter home. A third are raising kids inside a box built for a long weekend at the lake, not a school year. Picture the family minivan upgraded into a permanent address because the apartment math finally broke. The RV industry spent a decade selling freedom, open road, live your best life, and now 30% of its new permanent customer base never wanted the road. They wanted a roof that cost less than the one they lost. Call it van life, and the algorithm rewards you. Call it eviction with a steering wheel, and nobody clicks. The industry's own trade group is the one publishing the number that destroys the marketing the industry built. Boomers bought property when a single income covered a mortgage and a vacation home, then spent 30 years calling the next generation lazy for renting a parking spot instead. The RV didn't change. The definition of who's allowed to call it a lifestyle did. Number 6. The escape that costs more than the cage. A monthly RV site in 2026 runs $850 to $1,600, and that's before electric, water, sewage, or the resort fee tacked on because someone installed a pool nobody living there asked for. Older, cheaper campgrounds are being bought out by corporations who upgrade the Wi-Fi and double the rate. The exact playbook used on apartment buildings, just with fewer tenant protections because nobody wrote housing law for a parking lot. So the family that fled a $1,600 rent payment lands on a $1,600 site fee, plus fuel, plus insurance, plus the freezing pipe repair. RVs were never built to survive. The brochure said escape the system. The invoice says the system found a new entry point. Here's the part nobody selling the dream mentions out loud. An RV depreciates the second it's purchased, while the dirt underneath it, owned by someone else, appreciates every single year. You're paying rent on a falling asset to sit on someone else's rising one. That's not a housing solution. That's a worse lease with a windshield. Number 5. The investors who found the trailer park too. Nationally, rents inside mobile home parks have climbed 45% over the past decade, the same trajectory as the broader rental market. Private equity already gutted. In Missoula, Montana, residents of Katuna Lodges, a community built for people 55 and older, ate 2 separate rent hikes after a firm called Axia Realty Partners bought the land under their homes. Nobody from Axia answered a single resident question, because answering questions requires admitting there are people, not just yield, sitting on that dirt. Wisconsin lawmakers introduced a bill this year to cap those increases at 2 to 4%, and it needs Republican support to even get a hearing, support nobody expects to show up before election season. The most affordable form of homeownership left in America just got discovered by the same capital that already made apartments unaffordable, and it found mobile homes through the exact same door RVs use. A homeowner who can't pack up and leave because the home, unlike the land, doesn't move. Number 4. The city that closes the beach at 2 a.m. San Diego renewed enforcement of its oversized vehicle ordinance in July, and citations have more than doubled since, after years of barely enforcing it at all. In Mission Bay, the lot closes from 2 to 4 in the morning, and anyone parked there RV or sedan, gets cited regardless of why they're there. Up the coast, Carlsbad passed its own ban on camping in cars and RVs on public property the same year, calling it part of a plan to move people into housing that, notably, doesn't yet exist in the quantity required. 2 coastal cities, 2 ordinances, 0 new units built to absorb the people being removed. The pattern holds across the state. Criminalize the parking before you finish funding the alternative, then measure success in citations issued instead of beds filled. Number 3. The vote that banned helping you. San Jose City Council voted 9-1 this year to pass what's bluntly called the vanlording policy, banning anyone from renting an RV to a homeless resident and, in the same ordinance, banning that resident from sleeping in it on city streets or private property. District 2 Councilmember Pamela Campos cast the lone no, worried about handing police discretion to cite and arrest people for the act of sleeping. Think about what that single law actually does. It doesn't just remove the shelter, it removes the market that supplied the shelter, closing both ends of the only option some families had left at once. A government that can't build housing fast enough just found it easier to ban the workaround than fund the fix. Number 2. The mayor who signed the 2-hour clock. San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie signed a law putting a strict 2-hour parking limit on oversized vehicles citywide, a policy estimated to affect more than 400 RVs sheltering families who can't afford rent. The city set aside $13 million over 2 years for rehousing, outreach, and a vehicle buyback program, alongside the enforcement. Get towed once, and the city waives the retrieval fee the first time. Get towed again, and you're looking at a retrieval fee over $500 stacked on top of unpaid parking tickets that can run past $6,000 before you ever see your home again. Lurie said parents living in vehicles deserve real options. The 2-hour clock he signed is the option. $13 million sounds generous until you divide it by 400 families and realize it barely covers a security deposit each, while the towing fees alone can erase a family's savings in one bad morning. Number 1. The loan that repossesses the last resort. Subprime auto delinquencies hit a record 6.6% this past year, the highest ever tracked, and vehicle repossessions surged past 1.7 million, the most since the 2009 crash. Buy here, pay here loans, the financing of last resort for exactly the income bracket fleeing into RVs, are now over 16 times more likely to end in active repossession than a loan from a traditional lender. Run the full loop one more time. Rent breaks the budget. The RV looked like the affordable answer. The lot fee became a second rent. The lender that financed the only vehicle left repossesses it at a record pace, and the family that started this whole chain holding a lease now holds nothing with a roof or wheels. The system didn't just fail to catch people falling out of housing. It built 3 more floors for them to fall through on the way down and charged interest the whole way. Some of you watching this still believe these are people who made bad choices and are living with the consequences. Some of you know it's a financing system, a zoning system, and a towing budget working exactly as designed. Both of you are about to say so in the comments, and neither of you is going to convince the other.